trending now are the old-fashioned pudding cakes where it's moist and it's not quite a pudding, it's more like a sticky toffee kind of thing. Well, not only are they trending, but making desserts in your crock pot, your slow cooker is in. So I found a recipe online by a great blogger, and you'll be able to see that on mysuncoast.com on the dining page. And I decided to take her recipe to a challenge to see if it works for a gingerbread pudding cake. What sounds better when it's cooler outside is to do this. And this is something that's going to take 2.5 to 3 hours after the prep. So you can put it in, you can go for a power walk or do something else. But we're going to bring the flavors of ginger. And of course, I made cinnamon whipped cream for on top. Bring it all together with some molasses in just a few minutes, and we'll show you how to make this great dessert all in that one pot. Okay, let's get started. You're going to be using your slow cooker and high. You're going to take out that casserole pan that it's made for the cooking, and you're going to spray it with a little food release spray. Then we're going to get out the mixer. So I have a half a stick of butter and sugar, and we're going to blend that together. And then we're going to add just 1 egg. Now when you're baking, remember, large egg, not extra large. Extra large really does change the consistency of a dish. So this alone of what we're making, I know it gets noisy when I'm turning this on, this alone is going to feed a good 6 people, which is perfect. So now we're going to add the molasses. I'll put that down for a minute. And of course, we want to have a really good quality of powdered ginger. If you haven't checked your spice cabinet in the last 6 months, and certainly if you haven't checked it in a year, it's time to really get rid of those items because they've gone stale. They really do. Things like that do go stale. And we want to make sure that we're using really good flavors, especially when it comes to ground ginger. I just got a little packet over at the Fresh Market here. Now, the original recipe calls for half a teaspoon, but I love ginger. So I'm going in for 1.25 teaspoons just to give it that extra oomph. We can add a little nutmeg, or you know what else works is apple pie or pumpkin pie spice. It still gives all those little blends together that you want to give it a pop as well. So we bring this back up, give it a little mix. And then when we go on commercial break, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1.25 cups of whole wheat flour. And I'm going to add that in sparingly. And then I'm going to add a cup of hot water. Now, when you add the hot water, it's really okay that it's going to just be a little bit, there might be a little pieces of butter in the consistency, and that's really okay. So I'm up to 1 cup, so we'll do 1.25. And of course, whenever we're baking, we have to have really good, high quality vanilla. So we're going to add about 1 teaspoon, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Make sure you scrape down the bowl, and when we come back, we'll be ready to make the topping. And oh man, I'm telling you, it's really good. She nailed it. Now that we've made the base of the gingerbread cake, it's time to get the part that makes it all pudding-like. So you're going to use 6 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now I'm going to just show you in the bowl to make it easier for you to see with our screen and our mirror. But basically what we do is we take the brown sugar, the 6 tablespoons, and we just spread it around the top. Okay, so once we have 6 tablespoons, then we're going to take some warm water and some melted butter, and that's going to go on top. Do not stir it in. That's what's so great about that. So we're halfway there, 3, 4, and instead of putting it in a measuring cup, it is better to do it by the tablespoon. So you can make sure that it's spread out, and this will make that sticky pudding part of it, okay? And there we go, the last one, and there we go. You can use light or dark brown sugar. It doesn't make a difference. Dark brown sugar, of course, has more molasses. Then we take 3/4 cup of hot water and 1/4 cup of butter. And like I said, that goes right on top. And that's your slow cooking process. Now, I've already done one, and it took somewhere between 2.5 and 3 hours on high. You just check for the sponginess, and that's how you'll know that it's done. But the whole house started to smell like gingerbread, and I really loved that. So when you come back for a taste, I'm going to top this delicious dessert with a little cinnamon whipped cream. If you don't want to do whipped cream, another option is just buy some eggnog and pour a little eggnog, and a little rum in that right on top, and it's going to be beautiful. Simple as can be. And my last trick is I love crystallized ginger. I give these jars as gifts all the time, and I keep one year-round in the cabinet. It's good if you just want it as a digestive or pop it in your tea, but I love to just take a piece and serve that, smash it and serve it in the bowl. So now it's time to serve. We're going to get our bowl ready, and I'm going to use something. I'm going to warm my serving bowl. So this can be made ahead of time, and we warm our serving bowl. And then I'm actually just going to scoop out some of this great goodness and give you a show here. Ooh, it's going to be so good. I love anything that says gingerbread. I love it. So when we come back, I'll top it with whipped cream, and we'll be ready to serve it. And it just feels like a cool, crisp day for dessert. I'll be back in just a few minutes. So there we have it, a traditional dish that's come back in style just like fashion. It's gingerbread pudding cake, and I think what you're going to really like is how easy it is. You don't have to turn the oven on. So we have that moisture with the molasses. There's some butter, crystallized ginger on top, cinnamon whipped cream, but remember what I told you in the last segment, you can always put a little eggnog and rum in it too. It's so comforting. If you want this recipe and so many more recipes, videos, cooking tips, and restaurant reviews, log on to mysuncoast.com, click on dining. You're going to get to see so many different restaurants, different things going on, openings and closings, and yes, this gingerbread pudding cake. Have a great day and enjoy your cake.